I'm Ashley.
I'm Anna.
And welcome to the Bridge. Welcome back to the Bridge. We're going to show you our healing garden progress that's happening back here. This is behind our building.
Yeah.
And we've had this extra space that we've had a dream for what we're going to do with it. And we've started it. And so we're going to show you some of the things that have been going on back here.
Yeah, and if you don't know like what the healing garden is, like maybe this is the first time you've ever heard somebody say that, probably not, because I feel like we talk about it a lot. But in case you don't know what this is, this house has an insane backyard, so much space that it would be crazy to not utilize it. So I don't know who originally had the idea, but it was a great one to kind of utilize this as space for the kids that we serve as well. So the garden is this whole backyard, but it has different rooms, so they call it, that will be like little areas basically that have different purposes that can serve in therapeutic ways as well. So they can be utilized with kids. So as we go through each one, we'll talk about what the purpose of it is and what it does.
Y'all come on.
Okay, so we are in the first little room. I guess that's what we'll call them. I mean, that's what room. We're in the first little room of our healing garden. So I don't know if Brittany will like insert a picture or something, but this is one swing, and we have another one right beside it, and it's just kind of tucked back as soon as you walk through the little fence. So this is great for a million reasons in therapeutic and non-therapeutic ways. I mean, I like sitting here just for fun, but and it feels great outside today.
Yes,
this
does.
is like so awesome that this is the day that we did this, but. So we have had therapists on staff before that are trained in this very specific therapy modality called EMDR. Stands for Eye Movement Desensitization Reprocessing. Very long.
I'm so glad you're the one that said that.
Yeah, very long. But I won't and I'm not a therapist, so I won't get all crazy with you or get into the weeds. But basically, one of the ways that that specific modality works is utilizing both sides of the brain through bilateral stimulation. And it kind of helps us almost like recreate healthier neural pathways between things going on in your brain, you know, if that kind of makes sense. So anyways, bilateral stimulation, you can do that in a lot of different ways. Walking would be one, but swinging is also one. So we have the track, of course, that people can choose to walk around, but this is a great way to do that for kids that may like that movement while they're sitting and talking to somebody. And if it's just kind of a way for them to maybe like decompress or relax a little bit, maybe they don't want to be necessarily doing something with their hands, but they like the movement of the swing. And it's also great for us to just come sit out here.
Yeah.
So there's lots of good things about it.
Right, and working with our trauma clients that are working with the trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy, this is also a great spot for us, because when we get into like trauma narrative and we get into talking about details of things that are happening, not every kid wants to make eye contact.
Right, that's a good
So
point.
sitting out here and having something to look at, Anna and I could be talking and we don't have to necessarily look at each other.
Yeah.
There's lots of great grounding techniques to be outside. Being outside generally is just grounding. So our anxious kiddos are going to really enjoy being out here. We're going to enjoy being out here teaching them some of these things.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay, so obviously we were just here, you see this, but now you can kind of better see like the ground in front. But basically one thing that we wanted to let you guys know is that Jason from Petals from the past, I'm not sure if you know him or not, but a lot of people locally do. He's on our healing garden committee. So there's like a small committee of people. Some of that is made up by Butterfly Bridge staff, but then there's other people that have been just kind of strategically brought in that have a good eye and a good understanding of landscape and things like this, that we may do good on the therapeutic side, but they know a lot more about the practical, like what plants would do well out here, what they need, things like that. So anyways, we have a really phenomenal partnership with them amongst other people as well, and they have helped tremendously planting some different stuff and telling us what type of plants need to be where. I think that Brittany's going to put like a picture or something of it, but we also have this side of the yard that they've planted some trees and stuff that right now are at a decent size, but they're going to grow up even larger to create just even more of a sense of privacy back here. But the idea is around each of these little rooms, as we've been referring to them as, there will be more landscape and more plants around it to kind of almost create like a separation between this and then the next room that may be just down the walking trail.
We're going to cozy it up a little bit.
Yeah, gonna be a little warm and cozy up in here. So another thing that you should know is that there are so many ways that you can like get involved in this big project back here. There are rooms that you can sponsor, or even if you don't want to do a whole garden room, you can sponsor different aspects of that, or maybe different things that will be in that room. So if you're interested in that, we are always looking for more help there, and you should reach out to somebody at Butterfly Bridge.
So we were just walking here on this trail that has not been, it's been here what, for maybe a year and a half?
Probably, something like that.
I don't really actually know how long it's been
It's been
here.
a while.
It was the very first thing put out here that wasn't already here.
Yeah.
And Chilton Contractors had installed this for us, and it's kind of a gravelly, but it's been great even just for staff to come out here and walk.
Yes.
We really decompress that way. A lot of us will come out here and walk maybe when it's not smoldering hot, but when we just need a break, when we need to have some grounding ourselves.
Yeah.
But then we were talking about that bilateral stimulation, we were talking about walking with clients, and I've been out here multiple times with clients just for therapy. Even if we're doing talk therapy and walking, it's very grounding. So this is a great aspect, and when we walk through here, as the healing garden is finished, every spot will be accessible by this trail.
Yeah. We are in Garden Room C, which is also known as the Playhouse. So very cool little spot. We'll have Brittany show you all the little areas, and we'll talk about the fun things that are a part of it. But Garden Room A was that first one that we saw, the swing area. Garden Room B, we did not stop at because it's not really up and running yet, but that's going to be like our sensory garden room. It's going to be really intentionally designed with like specific plants that have different kind of fragrances and colors and really cool stuff like that. So we're very excited about that, and I'm sure that that will be posted and shared about and all the things when that gets up and running, and there's beautiful stuff in there. But back to where we're at, the Playhouse. So this little corner that Ashley and I are sitting in, this is just a little table space with a little couch-like area for our kids that may be older, you know, want to sit and do something like this, play with kinetic sand.
Yeah.
We love doing this, but there's, like this kinetic sand, there are lots, everything really that is in this Playhouse is very specifically chosen for therapeutic purpose, and it's something that they can do out here, you know, outdoors. So we have a cool little chalkboard area that they can draw and color and things like that. We have toys that are for the sand, of course.
We have a station just for potting plants and letting
that's
them
very cool.
kind of get their hands dirty and
Yeah.
purposeful.
And that's cool too, because I have seen firsthand some of the kids be really like invested in the plants that they actually grow, because we have different types of seeds and stuff that they can choose from. So it's kind of fun because every time they come to therapy, they get to water that plant, and then as it grows and gets bigger, they can take it home if they want, or they can leave it here as kind of like decoration. There's the pots that we have are just like cool little ones that they can take home. They're not like terracotta pots or anything, you know. I don't know. I guess they're just plastic. But
yeah.
Anyways, I say that to say it's a cool, like, low maintenance way to really do some cool work with them, honestly.
Yeah.
And it gives like a visual to them as well about growth. Like they're growing just the same, you know, they're investing in watering themselves like they're doing with their plant every week by taking care of themselves and talking with somebody and, you know, healing with a therapist. So it's very cool. There are lots of other things in here that are just like typical outdoor play things, like different types of balls, like footballs and basketballs and things like that. There's some games in here. So anyways, this is just a really great space, and we'll show you more detailed shots of the room and stuff, but this is our Garden Room C, our Playhouse.
Welcome to our clubhouse.
Woo.
So our clubhouse is actually the detached garage that has always been here. And really it kind of was the beginning of the dream of having something out here. So we put some egg chairs out here in this little sectional, and we come and open up the garage door, and we do therapy out here. And we have a lot of seclusion back here with just the ways that we've grown the hedges and done these kinds of things. So we've used this space for lots of outdoor activities, with even our MDT, just having barbecue or whatever out here. But we can come out and do individual therapy with and group therapy when we've had our foster parent support group kiddos out here in the detached garage. We're calling it affectionately the clubhouse.
The clubhouse.
And we've really enjoyed this space out here, and it kind of gave us some ideas for what we would want in the backyard.
Yeah. So we're still in the clubhouse. Just another different wall, different area. So this is our fun little butterfly mural that a lot of kids, when they graduate their therapy program, they will come out here and take a little picture in front of the butterfly, you know, and they get a little fun last day, you know, where they get to choose like a special snack they want and things like that. So anyways, that's what our little butterfly is for. But like we said, we're still in the clubhouse. You've seen some of the garden areas today, but there are different garden rooms that are to come. A lot of them are still in the process of being developed, or maybe they haven't been started yet. But one other cool thing, for instance, that we're going to have is like a rock garden will be one of the garden rooms. And one of the therapeutic uses in that garden room will be that kids can paint rocks, and they can actually leave them there. So it'll be really cool for kids to get to see where other kids have painted like cool, encouraging messages. And if you were at Flutter last year, there was a table that there were all these yellow rocks, and you would go by and write an encouraging, like, just word to a child, like, you're so brave, or you're strong, or we're thinking of you. And those rocks will actually get to be in the rock garden. So that's really cool too, that there is a way that, you know, the community can kind of be directly involved with the kids that get services here and still protects their confidentiality and their privacy, you know. So anyways, that's just one of the other little cool things that is to come, but we have lots of other things. There's going to be a garden room with a water source, like a fountain area that kids can do a sensory activity in that way. So
sand out here.
Yes, sand.
Chalk.
Yes,
we can use
yeah, like a sandbox and a covered area. There will be a lot of really, really cool things. So this is definitely a project that you want to keep tabs on and kind of stay up to date with as far as Butterfly Bridge posting about it and sharing about it. And we would really encourage you to think of a way that you could be involved. If you would like to sponsor a garden room, or maybe just an aspect of a garden, or just donate and say, hey, you guys do with this whatever the greatest need is. Or just be thinking and praying for us, you know, as this whole plan comes to fruition, and for the kids that will get to enjoy it. So we're really glad that we got to take you on a little tour today and show you kind of some of the things that are happening back here. And we hope to share more with you in the future.
Catch you next time.
Okay, bye.